Wow.
Mark Wiebe can still surprise himself even after 30 years of being on the PGA Tour and the Champions Tour, and he's done it all while living right here in Colorado. In fact, it all started right here at Cherry Hills in 1985.
We were recently married, no children yet, and we were trying to figure out where we wanted to live, and so we had the PGA here in 1985, and after the rounds, I would get in the car and meet up with Kathy, and we'd go look at homes because we were moving here. I mean, kind of like we were moving here right then. So I didn't play that good in the tournament.
But he did play good in 1985. In fact, well enough to win his first PGA tournament, the Anheuser-Busch Classic.
It was one of our biggest purses of the year at $500,000. It was a thrill. I mean, we didn't have children yet, so it was Kathy and I, and Kathy was there. And, you know, it just, you think you're going to win, but when you do, it just kind of throws you into a tizzy, and you don't really know what to think. You know, you're thinking, oh my God, I won, but now what happens? You know, what do I do now?
Well, Mark eventually figured it out, because in 1986, he got his second tour win, this time at the Hardee's Golf Classic.
Again, the thrill of winning, there's nothing quite like it. It wasn't my first one, but it was that all-important second one to let you know and other people know that it wasn't a fluke. That second win really kind of makes a statement, I think. It did to me anyway.
And 1 week later, Mark put an exclamation point on that statement by winning the Colorado Open.
And it was kind of funny because a lot of my buddies were saying, well, aren't you going to go on to the next tournament? I said, no, I'm playing the Colorado Open. And, you know, that's my home state. I mean, I'm not going to not go now just because I had a little success. And I was questioned by some of my buddies about not going on to the next tour event and whatever. I knew what I was doing and went back and played in the Colorado Open. That's what I call my mini streak, because I won the Colorado Open there at Haiwan. And so I actually had 2 wins in a row, and I thought, wow, this is kind of cool.
And what else is pretty cool is that Mark donated half of his winner's check to Craig Hospital, who was at the time the beneficiary of the Colorado Open. In his PGA Tour career, Mark would go on to make over $4.3 million in 499 starts, a record 19 of them at the International right here at Castle Pines. Mark also played a significant role in the development of the International Youth Series program, which culminated with Lucky Juniors getting to play Monday of the International with touring pros. In the 1989 U.S. Open at Oak Hill, Mark joined the immortal group the Four Aces, in which he, Doug Weaver, Jerry Pate, and Nick Price each got a hole-in-one on the par 3 6-hole in a 2-hour span. Injuries and some struggles late in Mark's PGA Tour career slowed things down a bit for him. And then came 2007.
I was turning 50 in September 13th, and I couldn't play in the tournament that was going on that week because of the stipulations. You have to be 50 by a certain time. Anyway, the tournament after that was the SAS Classic, and back in North Carolina. And I had written for an exemption, and they said, I don't think we can work it out, sorry, you know, we've got obligations and such. And I said, that's fine. So I signed up for the qualifying, and so I was going back on, I think Saturday, but I'm out playing golf with my buddies on Friday, and my phone rings, and it's the guy that runs the tournament director, saying, we've had some things happen, and we have a spot for you. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool, you know.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
In his Champions Tour debut, Wiebe outlasts the competitive field to win his debut behind a tournament record 18 under par 198 and matches Bobby Watkins as the youngest Champions Tour winner at 50 years 10 days old. Wiebe is the first sponsor exemption to win a Champions Tour event since 1999.
Again, just like when I won on the tour, I didn't really know what to think. It was my first tournament. I was overwhelmed with what happens now because I had no idea.
And just like his first tour win, it didn't take Mark long to figure it out.
37 bogey-free holes since then.
When this guy gets it going, he's hard to beat.
He's just on cruise control, isn't he?
That he is.
The lead is 4.
And in only his 12th start on the Champions Tour, Mark went on to get his second victory. While Mark's senior career is still in its early stages, he's made quite an impact on the Champions Tour. And he continues to make a big impact right here in Colorado as well. Mark has been charitably involved with Special Olympics and Gold Crown, and recently he's adopted a new local charity, Adams Camp.
Adams Camp is just a great foundation. It's for kids with some severe disabilities, and I felt like maybe I might make a little more of a difference here with Adams Camp. You know, a little bit of money is a whole lot of money to them, and
the little bit of money Mark's helped raise so far is over $260,000. And the thing he likes best about it is that it's right here in Colorado, the place he's chosen to call home for over a quarter century, which is kind of unusual for a PGA Tour player.
I think I am blessed that I get to live where I want. With doing this as my occupation, I get to live wherever I want to, and I just think this is a great place to live and to raise kids. We have 3 kids, 24, 22, 19, all born here, all raised here. And every time we talk about, well, you guys have all gone to school now, maybe Mom and I should move, they're all up in arms that, no, you can't leave, this is our home.
And Mark has really enjoyed reliving his amateur golf days through his son Gunnar.
But absolutely loved amateur golf, and I've got to kind of go back and almost enjoy that again with my son, who's an amateur and I think soon to be professional. But the thing I told him was, once you're done, you can't go back, you know, so get all you can out of your amateur golf, because it's the greatest.
Whether it's making 499 starts on the PGA Tour, making a difference in kids' lives, or making an entire state proud, Mark Wiebe's always been about making things. And tonight, we make him part of the Colorado Golf Hall of Fame.